Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play DmC Devil May Cry. Once we settle into the mission that we're going to start today, we'll get into some of the differences between the original and the definitive edition, like hardcore mode, which you can toggle on and off at any point. Same goes for turbo mode, we'll get into that. And some more of the general differences. Right now, I'm just going to pick up a couple of things for Osiris, like Streak, which, if you remember, was Nero's version of Stinger in DMC4, Raise, which is quite handy as an alternate launcher, and you saw level 2 of Feed. And before we start the mission, we're just going to do one more thing, which is to start experimenting with the skins a little bit, a few additional of which were added to the definitive edition, like I think the DMC1 skin, and one other that I don't recall which it is.
You remember this place?
Yeah, I remember coming here.
My mother used to bring us here.
Tell me everything.
Some things have always been. There have always been angels. There have always been demons. And they've always been at war. 9 millennia ago, one demon rose through the ranks to take power over the dark hordes. The strongest, the cruelest. Mundus. But Mundus did not rise alone. At his right hand was his most trusted lieutenant, his blood brother.
Sparda.
But Sparda betrayed him. He fell in love with an angel, Eva. The secret union between angel and demon was inconceivable. But it happened. And with it came new life. Twin boys. You and I. A hybrid of the warring angel and demon races. When Mundus learned of Sparda's betrayal, his fury knew no limit. He hunted the lovers down. Eva was murdered by his own hand. And for Sparda, he demanded a more brutal fate. Endless punishment and pain. But even as Eva was destroyed, and Sparda was imprisoned for eternity, each knew that the seed for their revenge had already been sown. Because according to legend, the only beings that can slay a demon king are Nephilim, a hybrid of angel and demon. Those hybrids now exist, you and I. Mundus believed that only one child was born, but there were 2 Nephilim, and each had been hidden well. Sparda armed his sons. The rebellion for Dante. The Yamato for Vergil.
So, Mundus killed our mom and imprisoned our dad.
Yes.
And we're the offspring of angels and demons.
Demon father, angel mother. We are Nephilim. The only ones that can slay the Demon King.
Good. How?
Spotter. Fucking demon collaborators. You're being dragged into limbo. I'll find Kat. She'll get you out. Stand firm.
Hey, we're finally in the city proper now. Yeah, so this appears to be the DMC3 skin, which in this game is the classic one. I don't even think this is its best design, to be honest, but it's the most widely used and recognizable one. Like, whenever Dante is depicted outside of Devil May Cry, it's almost always the DMC3 look. The shirtless one with a strap across the chest and the open coat. We'll check the other ones out in due time. Man, my hands are kind of not doing what they're supposed to. Hey, the Ravager. The gimmick of this enemy is that occasionally it will glow and become unstoppable as it charges at you. Like right now. There are 1 or 2 ways you can stop it in its tracks, but for the most part, nothing that we have right at this particular moment. When it's not glowing, it can be juggled like any other enemy, so it's easy to stop that from happening twice.
Dante, the gateway's ready. Come on. Dante, over here.
Yeah, we'll get to that. First, we're going to pick this key up, and then we're going to check out something on the opposite side of this pavilion. Or I guess of this arch, this hallway. Which is this Arbiter wall back here. All of which is back here is, I think, maybe a lost soul. Hey, everyone matters, so we want to get those red orbs. Now we can go see what Cat is talking about.
Can you get across?
I'll have to find another way.
Yeah, so back to the pavilion we go. Jesus, I love Osiris so much. And that's just lovely. Ah, I was a little bit too low to the ground. Woo, 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 woo. Getting a little bit of my muscle memory back. Yeah, I was saying before, my hands aren't quite doing what I want them to do. So I'm having to take extra time to, consciously think about the buttons that I'm pressing today. This happens when I play 2 different games that are really similar genre, back to back. This happens whenever I hop between fighting games, when I go from Injustice to Killer Instinct. The first couple of matches of KI I play are always like, what am I doing? Why am I trying to hit back 3 to cause a wall bounce? What is going on here? Oh man, I almost had him with what I wanted to do. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, the wires are just a little bit crossed. They're getting there, though. So, actually, before I go into this, since I got level 2 of feed and I neglected to mention this, what is your purpose here? Since I neglected to mention this when we got Osiris in Mission 2, Osiris is a special property, which is it feeds on enemies' power. So the more that you hit with it, the stronger that it becomes. And feed level 2 and level 3 will increase the rate at which it powers up. So we're going to do some chain grappling over here and around, and we're also, going to pick up a new power in this mission. But in the meantime, what did DmC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition do to earn that oops, should've waited. Do to earn that moniker? Most Definitive Editions, oh, no stinger jumping in this one. Most Definitive Editions just bundle in DLC, and if it's like a cross-generation port, they bump the resolution up. Now, the DE for DmC does that. It does do that. Vergil's Downfall is included, which is nice. The fidelity is higher because it's based on a PC port. It goes from 720 to 1080p. But this Definitive Edition, that actually is the definitive version of the game, is definitive because it boasts an extensive slew of changes in response to a lot of the criticisms of the original. One of the biggest changes is that it now runs at 60 FPS. That's a big-ass deal for a character action game, as you can imagine, considering the original only ran at 30 as well. There's also, as you've gotten a chance to see by now, a hard lock-on, finally. which was absent in the original release. On here, we're getting introduced to the Angel Boost, which is just like a longer air dash that you activate with the left trigger. It's not the most exciting. It's not the most significant addition. But you can chain it together with the Angel Whip and the Demon Whip. And it just increases the traversal. It's still not really quite platforming, but that's fine because DmC platforming is generally terrible. So, okay, so we hit the frame rate bump, which is quite significant. They added turbo mode. You saw earlier, increases game speed 20%. Hardcore mode, which among other things rebalances the game, changes how the style system works. It makes parrying more difficult, so you can't just like spam Osiris's prop shredder for auto parries. It changes the evade window, so it's a little bit harder to dodge things. Changes how Devil Trigger behaves. We haven't gotten that yet, but you can imagine that we're going to. The rebalanced style ranks is a can of worms for another time, but they also made some general tweaks to the style system that doesn't require hardcore mode to be activated, so there's that too. And on top of that, there are some more general changes.
Flying rats.
Yeah, these are not a problem. I don't know why they exist, to be honest. But yeah, on the topic of like more general changes they made outside of the hardcore mode and the turbo mode and all that, they added a separate Bloody Palace for Vergil, which is awesome. There are a couple of new modes for Dante for like the main campaign, including a must-style mode where enemies only start taking damage when you hit an S style rank. They adapted a really popular community mod from the PC version, which was like an Angel Evade Trickster teleport. They added that as an upgrade. The Demon Evade doesn't do as much, it doesn't give you as much of a damage boost, which means like less instant style payoffs. It's harder to get triple S from doing the old Demon Dodge Trinity Smash with Arbiter, which was kind of maligned for being way too easy to do. One of the biggest differences isn't... Let me try that again. One of the biggest differences is in variants of enemies that we'll see later on. But it's a much-needed change to a pretty maligned mechanic. And then, of course, there's... Ooh. Came down right on that. Oh, and he got another one. And then there's just a boatload of rebalancing that went into the base game, even without hardcore mode or turbo or whatever.
On my way.
So yeah, the change list to this game, in response to criticism, was extensive. And it made the game all the better for it. It went from good to, I think, legitimately great.
Silver Sachs Tower, the world's most powerful investment bank. And who runs it? CEO Kyle Ryder, a human vessel, the physical manifestation of Mundus, the Demon King. Through debt, he controls everything. To Mundus, the world is a factory farm for human souls, and he likes to keep his animals monitored and docile. The monitoring is done by the Raptor News Corporation, A global network of CCTV cameras, satellites, and spies. The way he keeps us docile is a little more insidious.
What is it?
It's in your hand. Planet Earth's most popular soft drink, Virility. The demons have spiked it. It's okay. It has no effect on us, only humans. Phlebotomy in a can.
So what's the plan?
That's the Hellgate, a conduit from which Mundus draws his power. While he's connected to the Hellgate, he's immortal. But we get him away from the Hellgate, and our swords will do the rest.
So, how do we do that?
We get his attention. Mundus is petty. He's impulsive. If we hit him where it hurts, let his anger rule him, I believe we can draw him out.
Okay, so, to kill Mundus, we need to drag him away from the Hellgate. We do that by pissing him off.
Roughly speaking, yes.
And we piss him off by taking out the Raptor News Network and Virility.
That's it.
Which one do you want to do first?
And that is going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.